Hey, all you amazing people, I hope you're doing really well. It's your main buddy Anil, live once again for Immunity for the Community podcast. How is everybody doing? And today's episode is going to be how you can overcome that weight loss plateau you're experiencing right now, which is starting to bug you. So you see, when it comes to losing weight, you'll have weeks where you won't shift a single pound. This could be for a number of reasons. Perhaps you haven't lost any fat that week, perhaps you've gained muscle which weighs heavier than fat, or perhaps your metabolism has slowed right the way down. It can be frustrating to stick to a winning formula of lean proteins, greens, moderate carbohydrates, grains and fruit and still not get the results that you most clearly deserve. And this is normal to feel this way. But sometimes the body gets used to that winning formula and metabolism slows right the way down. You see, if you stick to a pattern of, let's say, a bowl of oats for breakfast and chicken, broccoli and rice for dinner, after a month or so the body gets used to that pattern and the metabolism slows right the way down. Your body's ability to nourish itself and then break down the food slows down, and as a result your fat burning metabolism is affected right away. If this is happening to you, don't fret. I've been through many weight loss plateaus and I can help you out of this one as well. Let me tell you a story. So around about March earlier this year, my weight was stuck around 12 stone 8. Despite whatever I did, I could not seem to shift those pounds to get down to my ideal weight of 12 stone 4, and I just kept holding on to the weight. I was weighing in every single week 12 stone 8 without fail, eating healthy and training. And then I did my Hindu festival Navratri, which is a 9-day spiritual, emotional and physical cleanse where you're vegan, you're not intoxicated and you don't eat onions or garlic. Just from that shock to my body alone of not eating meat, I went from 12 stone 8 to 12 stone 4 in those 9 days, and that was finally like, yes, I've broken through, I've got through this. And then I stabilized my weight after Navratri. So after those 9 days, even though I started eating chicken and fish again, I was still 12 stone 4. I was training, I was very healthy, I looked good, and I was keeping in shape. But then one day, as you do, I decided to treat myself, and I had a full out cheat day. I'd have been healthy for so long, and I decided I wanted to treat myself on a late May bank holiday. So this bank holiday, I had lots of coffee, cookies, fish and chips and other things, and I ended up gaining 5 pounds this time. And I was like, oh my, what an idiot. How am I going to lose these 5 pounds now? It's all stuck now. What am I going to do? I've just made a blunder here. And this plateau now stuck with me all the way till my birthday in July, where I now weighed, instead of 12 stone 8, I weighed 12 stone 10. And at that point I had enough and I had to make a plan, and this was my plan. First, I need to visualize that I was going to break through this weight loss plateau. You see, in order for you to accomplish that weight loss goal and get through it, you must believe it inside of yourself. You must be able to meditate, visualize, and see yourself achieving that goal. It can be hard after you've done this for many weeks and you've been frustrated, but what you need to do is very simple. Just meditate, get to a very quiet place, see yourself putting in the work, see yourself lifting the weights, see yourself making the changes, nourishing yourself, eating right, and seeing how that's getting the cogs moving in your body. It's getting you very healthy. And then see yourself stepping on the scale and then weighing in lighter than you were already this time by now. And what this does is it breaks your mind out of where you currently are in frustration and gets you attached to the joy and the emphatic energy of breaking through and getting this weight loss goal. And see, what you need to do is weigh yourself in that way. You need to visualize yourself weighing in lighter in that way. And then when it came to the second step, I had to stop having cheat days and actually stop eating from outside. You see, because of COVID-19 and everything that was happening, I just got sick and tired of eating the same old meal and sitting inside and just having the same meal over and over again, that I just started eating out from outside just to be out. Even if they were healthy meals, I would still go out because I wanted to be outside, which is totally normal. And it kind of goes back to this dichotomy of what I was mentioning earlier, that you have to eat healthy, but you almost have to have a little bit of what you want in order to remind your body of what it should do. So you see, it's a balancing act, because you've got to eat healthy in order to stay in shape. But eventually, if you eat healthy over and over and over again, and you cut your calories right the way down, the fat burning doesn't take place. So a cheat day is necessary in your lifestyle. It's just a cheat day where you have maybe one slice of cake, or the odd thing, the odd biscuit, the odd snack, the odd nice meal, the odd bit of chips every so often. That reminds your body that for that 10% where you're treating yourself, for the 90% where you are eating right, it will actually start burning the weight again. So this is where it kind of, you have to gauge this area. I had to gauge it as, at this point I need to be digging in and being more disciplined. Third, I carried on with my training, but I decided to go a lot harder. So I could see that my training was getting me to stay strong, but I need to push myself harder and out of my comfort zone. So I challenged myself to do 50 sit-ups for 30 days straight for the Breakout Lockdown Challenge, which you may have seen, and this helped increase my metabolism and get my body going back in the direction of losing weight. So I had stabilized my weight, but I reached a point where I needed to push myself an extra 10 reps, and instead of doing 50 sit-ups for 3 days a week, I decided to do 50 sit-ups for 30 days. Now I'm not saying you got to do something that drastic, but in order for you to start pushing yourself to burn that extra weight, I would suggest you try doing 10 extra reps. If you can't do 10, try 1. That 1 extra sit-up that you do will make the difference, and that will change exactly how you're going to burn the weight. Fourth, I cut down on my healthy snacks. I would say that I have a fairly fast metabolism, and once I eat my healthy food, I tend to burn through all of it. But I did notice I was gaining weight with protein flapjacks. So I decided to cut that out completely and swap that for an apple and 100 grams of blueberries. So you see, what this does is, being organic in your snacks will actually help you use up whatever's inside of you, whichever you've consumed, and it will come right out of you. So I was noticing that I have a fast metabolism and I need to have a decent calorie intake because I'm physically very strong, I'm tall and I'm in shape, but my body started hanging on to that protein flapjack. It went from using it to now holding on to it. So you see, again, it's like that point about the body is, sometimes holds on and sometimes it burns through. You have to gauge where you are. At this point, I could see that being more organic was actually going to help, because whatever you eat organically will always come out. You'll use it up and you'll get through it, and after you get through it, it won't stick to you. And that's the best part about being organic. Whatever you consume will go out of you once it's done. That's why I lost so much weight in Navratri, because that's what a vegan lifestyle can give you. If you were to go 1 week vegan, you'd see the difference in cutting. But that doesn't mean to say that you must, but organic things such as drinking more water and even lowering your caffeine can help you in the long run. And fifth, which I've mentioned a lot before, I set realistic mini goals in order for myself to lose the 6 pounds. So you see, as you know, I weigh in every week on a Saturday morning after a long week at work. So what I did was I set myself mini goals of 1 to 2 pound increment weight losses in order to lose those 6 pounds. So in August, I decided to set myself the goal of going from 12 stone 10 to 12 stone 8, and I did. And then I set myself the goal of going 12 stone 8 to 12 stone 7, and I did. And then I set myself to go from 12 stone 7 to 12 stone 5, but I hovered around that weight of 12 stone 7 for a couple of weeks. But then I decided to get back to it and say, okay, I'm going to aim for 12 stone 5, but this time I got to 12.6, so I tricked my mind. I got myself to lose 1 more pound than I originally would have. And then finally, I got myself to aim for 12.5, and I got to 12.5. And I'd just like to say that today I weighed in 12 stone 3, which is the lightest that I've ever been since before COVID-19. And this is amazing because I've just finished Navratri now for the second time this year, the Hindu festival where I'm vegan for 9 days and I cleanse. So the moral to the story, ladies and gentlemen, is don't give up. Don't feel like this is permanent and you're stuck in a weight loss plateau. And I share these tips with you because I just wanted to let you know that even I struggle nowadays with weight loss plateaus. I might have overcome a lot of things, and you know what my story is, but even now I struggle with weight loss plateaus, because sometimes it just happens, and you know, this is what can happen. It's unexpected, but that's how it can go. And you know, it's normal to feel like you're stuck after you've tried many things, but what you need to do is take a step back, notice what you're getting, see what it is, and say, you know what, I can do better, and I can do better, and I will do better. And because I want to do better, I already will. And that's what you got to do. You got to see that it can happen for you. It will happen for you. And this is why I share this with you today on this podcast, because it's near and dear to me. You know, there was a lot of weight loss plateaus that I experienced over the years, and I've learnt many things through these weight loss plateaus, and this is why I'm doing this episode, to give back to you. So if you need assistance with your weight management goals, comment below. If you want one-to-one coaching support, share. You can click the like button, share if this episode has been of value to you, or you think it will be to your friends. You can also message me and I'll get right back to you. As I would say, everyone, channel your inner Rocky. Have an awesome weekend. Peace out now, everybody. Bye bye.